Evening, everyone. Figure we'll get some more Apollo Justice in tonight. I don't know how close we are to the end of this case, but I doubt we'll finish it tonight, but probably get fairly close, or get through a good portion of it at least. Uh, so last time, so we were exploring the past to figure out the history of this case and how it ties into the present. And just trying to piece everything together. So, so we still have the stuff from Phoenix's case. But we learned essentially, what happened to Trilogy. And we're starting to learn what happened to the Mishams. Or at least how they're tying into all of this stuff. This thing can be kind of finicky sometimes. Trilogy's mother, Thalassa. I can picture her on stage with Zach. Still, she looks like a down-to-earth type, too. Guess Trilogy takes after her. Yeah, so I think we're going to talk to Vera instead. She made a request. Yes, you would like to speak with my daughter. Can I? My daughter has never been one to talk to strangers. She's quite shy, extremely so actually. Only one exception, which was, oddly enough, it was that client. I left the studio while they talked. I returned when they had finished, and she was laughing. It's the first time I'd seen anything with a sword. Please, let me speak with her. Alright. Uh-oh, this could be tough. Firo, was it? Would you like to have a friendly chat? I'm Phoenix Wright, ex-lawyer and pianist. I'm still looking for the keys that say Do-Re-Mi. Can't find them anywhere. I'm no good at this. I need something to get through to this girl. Then there's this. My stamp. Hey, she spoke. She can talk. Yes, this stamp. How can I keep her talking? Isn't Troop Grammary amazing? Yes? Oh. I especially like those two, Zach and Fallon. I mean, they're just so magical. Aren't they? Yeah, whenever I go to one of their shows, I'm like, whoa, magic, you know? Me too, I love them, they're so cool. It's like magic, yeah. Alright, she's talking. Not saying much, but it's a start. Went and saw them with Father the other day. The opening ceremony at the Grammary Museum of Magic. Grammary Museum? They have one of those? I guess it makes sense now that they have their own commemorative stamp. So, have you been to one of their shows? Just once when I was little, with Father. Grammary's on stage, just like a dream. Disappearing, reappearing, cutting apart, putting back together, they do it all. Yeah, maybe you can keep telling me stuff like this? You know, about Zach and Fallon, maybe? Oh, sure. Alright, better get asking before she changes her mind. They're the best in the world. Huh? Oh, you mean Troop Grammary, of course. Father gave it to me. Your father? But I asked him about it. He didn't know how you got it. I guess I just took it. Yeah. Took it? Father got a letter from that person. That person? You mean that letter was from the client? Oh, we talked about the Grammarys forever that day. I'm sure that's why I was sent that stamp. I didn't want to just send it back, so I took it. They're a sneaky one, this client. So they were trying to get on her good side. I don't go outside much. I like to paint in here. Why don't you like the outside? There's bad people out there. Well, true, but there are lots of good people, too. Actually, I should tell you, she was almost kidnapped once. Kidnapped? Since then, she's been, well, you can see for yourself. She refuses to leave the house. I see. Wait, but that doesn't make sense. She said she went to the Grammary Museum. With you, in fact. Ah, yes, actually, she was quite insistent on it, much to my surprise. That was the first and last time she expressed such a desire to me. That person gave me a good luck charm. A good luck charm? For when I absolutely had to go outside. Yes, apparently she received something, a gift, from that client, actually. She won't tell me what it was. Father, I told you to keep that a secret. From that client, huh? This I have to hear about. So, you met the person that asked you to do this job, and you talked with them? What's this about a good luck charm you received? I can't talk about it. Eh? If I do, it won't work anymore. That's what I was told. Yeah, but I really have to know. Right, time to do some psych unlocking. So, your father tells me you're good at painting all sorts of things. I really like painting, a lot. Father's always very happy when I paint them exactly the same. So, you did this too? Oh yes, that was my first job. Your first... All I used to do was paint the same thing I saw. But this was totally different. The pen slips in the way the writer held the pen and the pressure on the nib. I had to use a microscope and analyze it on the computer. She seems happy. Odd. Her work was the last nail in the Grammary coffin. I guess no one told her. I don't know if we have everything for this. Seems to trust this client quite a lot, in fact. Because they gave you this stamp? No, that's not why. They listened to me, to my problem. The problem that keeps her inside all the time? Don't go outside if you don't want to. That's what they told me. But when I absolutely have to go out, all I had to do was use a good luck charm. A good luck charm that your client gave you? I think I know what your client might have given you, actually. Is this your good luck charm? Yeah, I don't think I have this. I don't have enough evidence right now to pull this off. Maybe it's time to do a little more legwork. What do you think about this? I think I just made her nervous. I need something to grab her attention. But what? Okay, I doubt that's gonna... I wonder if she has anything to say about this stuff. These ones for painting? They're pretty elaborate. Those aren't for painting. Okay, he steps in and answers these. Okay, well... Maybe this one? I have a guess. Mr. Meekins. What do you know? Spit it out. Hey, what's with the atmosphere in here all of a sudden? You know something, and I'm going to find out what. Zach Gramarye vanished from this room. How did he do it? How, sir? Well, sir, I can't say as I... Sir, why are you so nervous if you aren't hiding something? Well, sir, you see, at the time, sir, I was here and... Listen, it was impossible. What could such a little girl possibly do, anyway? What did you just say? Yeah, sir, did I just say something, sir? No, you screamed it through that megaphone of yours. There was someone else here in the room, wasn't there? Sir, I'm going to have to invoke my right to remain in a state of not talking. It's okay, Meekins. You don't have to tell me who Zach's accomplice was. I know who was here in this room that day. Sir, Sir... I've never seen that girl until just the other day. Mr. Meekins, I'm not buying it. Sir, that day, she was here, in the room, sir. But he wasn't. You mean, you chased her into this room, not him. Sir, in my days as a police officer, literally days, I learned a thing or two. Okay, just one thing, but it was how not to mistake a girl for a 7-foot-tall magician. 7 feet? Zach isn't all that tall, is he? You have a point. I find it hard to imagine that anyone would mistake a little girl for Zach Gramarye, but you saw something, and therein lies the trick. I think you know what it was, Mr. Meekins. Tell me, does this trick look familiar? Yeah, that's what I figured. What's that? The girl's favorite trick, the amazing Mr. Hat. She uses it in her show down at the Wonder Bar. Have you been to the Wonder Bar? So, it wasn't a waking dream, was it, sir? Could you come again? That night on stage, I saw a vision, except it wasn't a vision. It was a hat. Amazing Mr. Hat, he really exists. I'm not sure if Meekins was actually like trying to hide this from me, or if he was just incredibly confused. I feel like in his case that's entirely possible. Remember it clearly, but the details are a little vague. Zach Gramarye exited the courtroom. I gave chase and cornered him in the corner room, sir. Zach Gramarye, don't even think you can escape Meekins. Down on your hands, floor on your head. Hello? Something the matter, mister? No, that is... Sir, I'm currently chasing a suspect, sir. Zach Gramarye, do you know him? Oh, I love Zach Gramarye. His magic is the best. I'm his biggest fan. I see. That's why you're wearing that costume you're wearing. Anyway, that very same Zach came into this room. But no one's been in here except me. But he has to be in here somewhere. Under the sofa, in the trash can, behind the painting, under the rug. So, Trilogy was his accomplice. Imagine my astonished surprise when, 1 week later, I just happened to walk into a bar and see him, Mr. Hat. I couldn't believe my own eyes. For a while, I thought it had all been a long dream. A dream that lasted a week? But it wasn't the magician who disappeared. It was Mr. Hat. Yeah, you got played, buddy. Though it seems complex, what really happened that day was quite simple. You were standing by the door, and out came Zach. That wasn't all. Another person got in on the act. She was standing in front of lobby number 2, along with Mr. Hat. That's the beauty of it, isn't it? So, while you were standing in shock and amazement, the magician rounds the corner, and most likely runs to the closest door into lobby number 1. This is where you come in. You turn the corner in rather lukewarm pursuit. At that very moment, Trilogy runs into lobby number 2. Then all she has to do is tuck away the amazing Mr. Hat. Sir, I only lost sight of him for the briefest of moments. Then I saw that cape, Zach Gramarye's red cape, fluttering like a cape. Astounding, sir. All my days of posing queries and making inquiries and chasing quarries, wasted. It's as if I could see them melting away like an ice cream cone left by the side of the road to die. Wow. What a... For the scattered remains of a messily eaten chocolate parfait. Such sweet sorrows. I'm sorry. I had no idea how much you'd suffered on account of this case. It's an honor, sir. I've apologized to people many, many times, sometimes more than once. This is the first time anyone's ever apologized to me. Actually, I'm not that girl. I'm sort of her guardian now. Is that so? Sir, you should know that I harbor no ill feelings whatsoever in my harbor. Okay. I like to defend and escape. That's the stone-cold truth. Just another step on my way from seeing the blues to wearing the blues. Someday, sir, I'll be standing side by side with the great Detective Guamshu. Oh, man. Oh, Mr. Meekins, this is a free ticket to the show at the Wonder Bar. If you want, it's an honor, sir. Sir, I can't count the number of things I've had taken from me, sir. But no one's ever given me anything for free. Right, I'll see you in court next time then, sir. I look forward to it. Oh, buddy. Those mysterious disappearance. No part of the mystery's been revealed. The magician remained out of sight. It'd be 7 years before I met him again. I don't know that I have anything for this one. I'm not sure that I have this one either. So I guess we're going to have to move to the present. I'll be taking my leave now. Still have some work to do back at the office. And I guess I'll go back to my piano. To be honest, it's better when you aren't playing. This frigid culinary dungeon almost feels comfortable. Later, then. 2 hours left on my shift. Wonder if we'll get any customers tonight. Do you know who I am? Who I am? No, but if you hum it, I can play it. Just kidding, I don't do requests. How about a different sort of request? You see, I play cards. Oh, a customer. I was just hoping someone would come in and save me from a night at the Keys. I seek a true competition. I've heard the Borscht Bowl Club is the place for this. Now I see the rumor is true. And this is... a friend of yours? Huh. So he was here too. That night. Or I assume it was the same, evening. Ah, don't mind me. I'm just your friendly neighborhood newsman. He will not be playing tonight. When his business is finished, I shall send him home. This competition will be between us, no others. Right Talent Agency represents 2 artists, and I'm number 2. I play piano, well, sort of. It's actually just a front for my real talent, which is playing poker. Don't ask me how I got started. I don't remember. I'm good. Real good. Didn't take long for the rumors to get around. Go to the Borscht Bowl Club if you want a real game. That guy's never lost. People don't come to hear me tickle the ivory. They come to watch me play cards. Is this a seedy poker club? No, it's a restaurant. We don't play for high stakes. There's no money involved. But real players carry cash, and they're always thirsty. It's a handy source of income for the club owner. Then, let's compete. I'll take you to the room. The hideout, yes. But before we go... Yes? Allow me to introduce myself. My name is Shady Smith. Oh, and I'm Brushel, Spark Brushel, news reporter. Oh, I'm... No, Phoenix Wright. Huh? You must always look a man in the eye when you make your introductions. You still do not know who I am? Have we met? Ah. Today, in this courtroom, cannot declare me guilty. You can't be, but you're... Sagramory? Yes, the reincarnation act of the century. Pity I have only an audience of one. You. Sagramory. This must be a bad dream. In a sense, this guy ruined my life. You there. Da? We'll play soon. Ready the room. I will be preparing the hideout for you. Of course, we find out later that these two are actually working together on this. Are you really him? The Zach Gramery. Now I'm Shady Smith. Remember this. How many years has it been now? 6? Exactly 3 days from now, it will be 7. I caused you much inconvenience, I fear. Yeah, you could say that. Is she well? Trucy, I mean. She's fine. I've got her working already. Hope you don't mind. I need hardly express my gratitude, but you have it. This is why I've come. That, and to settle a matter of cards. By which you mean poker? Those eyes, he's serious. I despise losing above all else, and so I've decided that I will win tonight, no matter what it takes. I know this guy's type, and they're dangerous. Everything's about the competition, all else is secondary. Perhaps we should take this time to talk before we play. I know you have much to ask me, and I, you. We competed that day 7 years ago, too. Ah, yes, you must have been surprised. Called to the detention center out of the blue. 2, 1. Showdown time. I lost. It's only a game of poker. A game I played for a long time and only lost twice. Who was the first? The man I killed, of course. You choose your defense attorneys by playing poker. Some are hired, others fired. When you compete, you see a man's true nature. You know what I speak of. I know that you do. Trucy's power? Trucy? She is in a class of her own. For 7 years I've played poker here at the Borscht Bowl Club, and I've never lost once. I'm good, but not that good. I win because whenever there's a big game, I bring in Trucy. And she sends me signals. Daddy, he's got a good hand. You might have a chance if you act quick. Better call him soon. Can you tell me what her power is? Judging a person's thoughts by reading their reactions is a staple of performance magic, but those of Trucy's line possess far greater skill. Her line? Recall, you were the second man to whom I've lost. Magnifigramory. That was the first time I learned of this power, as you call it. Wait, so you're saying her power is genetic? It's just in the Gramory blood or something? Blood. I'm sorry, but it is not something told lightly to outsiders. And it is nothing you need to know at this time. Some kind of Gramory secret then. Fine. She's 15 this year? She's still trying her best to follow in your footsteps, you know. I see. When I planned my disappearing act, it was the thought of her alone that gave me pause. Wait, you were planning on vanishing from the get-go? Yes, and for that I must apologize. However, I could not be found guilty that day. Because of this. This? A transferal of rights. You see the signature? Give a secret staging. A transferal? That's Magnifi Grammary's signature, isn't it? I hereby give all rights to the secret staging and performance of my magic. The recipient name below. And the recipient's name is you, Zach Grammarly. Yes, it is I. Wait, this page looks torn. You call the diary, yes? First, take a close look at this diary. Note that a page has clearly been ripped out. As it just so happens, I have here what I believe to be the missing page. Yeah. How could I forget? That scrap of paper lost me my attorney's badge. This is the real page that was torn from the book. Magnifi gave it to me that night. You could have told me this earlier, like 7 years earlier. Once again, I must apologize. It was all I could do to prepare for my escape from that courtroom. Yeah, but if he'd had the real page, he could have just given that instead of the fake one. Really? You wouldn't have had to escape. You would have been found innocent. Because that was the whole thing. They said Man. Now I am really angry. I'm like, Phoenix is like, now I'm really upset at you for this. I wonder if I can present it to him and he'll say something. So here's you offer this. Please listen to present. Person in the photo is Trucy's mother? How did you come by this? Trucy showed it to me. Said her mother was gone. Then it is so. Huh? She is gone. What more is there to say? Lots? I know. Whoa, you're still here. According to my in-depth research, Trucy's mother Magnifi Grammary's only daughter. End quote. What? Magnifi's daughter? Is that true, Mr. Zack? Russell, you say too much. What? Why am I the bad guy? Why? Zack decked him. In any case, Mr. Wright, this discussion is over. She's the most mysterious of the whole lot. I need to gather me some more evidence, clearly. The greatest of Magnifi Grammary's illusions are true art. As such, they are well protected by this document. Only its bearer may perform his illusions on stage. Sounds like a pretty important thing to have if you're his disciple. As the rightful heir to his art, I too wanted a rightful heir. Rightful? I'm sure you know who I chose as my successor, your daughter. That is why I've risked all to come here tonight. Brushel. Sir? Ah, here you go. What's this? A letter passing the rights I have inherited to Trucy. I would have you sign here as a witness. But I'm not a lawyer anymore. You need a public notary besides. Ah, I may not look it, but I'm a certified notary. You are? By day, I wear a notary's glasses and hunt for the news. Also by day, I wear a reporter's glasses and notarize. When I take off the glasses, I can't see very well. Okay, that was pretty good. Your signature, please. This is the first reason I've come here tonight. Ah, I finally figured it out. Now I know why you've come out of hiding only now. It's been 7 years, you said. Precisely. There's a law that covers your situation. After 7 years, missing persons are considered to be legally deceased. So if someone was to vanish from the face of the earth 7 years ago, they would lose all rights as a living person after 7 years from that day. Not to mention all of their possessions. Exactly, which is why I'm here. I risk showing my face in public for the sake of this document, before my 7 years are up. You might say, I am securing my daughter's inheritance. Do you really need this document? Wouldn't Trucy inherit your estate automatically? Not in this case, I'm afraid. In this case, yes. I received the performance rights from Magnifi Grammary. However, this was done in secret without witnesses. Before Magnifi died, 2 potential successors to his repertoire were named. Myself and Valant. Not Trucy. I see, so you do need this document. I have known Brushel since before I vanished. He is a man I trust. Now only 3 know of my rebirth. I took the liberty of looking into Trucy's background, and found you had no other close kin. It is as you say. Okay, I was kind of hoping you'd say something about the mother at this point. I know everyone else, but Trucy's mother is a mystery. Well, the prelude may have been longer than the main attraction. Shall we begin our game? My final competition. Final? Why? As you said, I've come out of hiding today to make this document legally binding. Once that is done, I shall slip once more underground. Without seeing your daughter? It would be best if I did not. 7 years ago we played. 7 years ago I lost. I already lost to Magnifi. I do not care to lose to another. And I have heard that you never lose. It's just a rumor. Yes, for it is impossible to never lose, unless one has an ace up one's sleeve. As a magician, it causes me no end of irritation. To think a mere lawyer might be out there pulling the wool over so many eyes. Hey, I just signed your document for you. Maybe you could try lightening up. That was that. This is this. For my final competition, I will destroy your perfect record, Phoenix Wright. This will be my final performance. You are warned. This guy is beyond serious. So much for a fun evening of cards. Brushel, you may leave. Ah, but it's your last game. I mean, what a scoop. I punch and I punch, but still it is not enough. I just remembered the future, prior engagement. Toodles, gentlemen. Oh, and nice meeting you, Piano Man. And let us begin. Dealer. You will be witness to our competition. It is honored for me. Why haven't I seen her around here before? Ah, that reminds me. I saw a familiar face as I entered this restaurant. He did not seem to notice me, however. Gavin, I believe was his name. You know him? After a fashion. Listen, Phoenix Wright. One can learn much from a true competition. Remember this. Grammary power. I was close to understanding it, but I needed more. And I knew where to get it. Trucy's mother. I need to meet that reporter again. That was clear. And one other thing. From the moment my final competition with Zack began that night, a name was running through my head. The name of a man now in prison. A name Zack Grammary knew, but how and why? Okay, so that one isn't done. Well, isn't this an unexpected surprise? What errand brings you down to my cramped confines? Gavin. You look well, Phoenix Wright. You too, Gavin. Life has been full of surprises, for both of us. I've no doubt you never expected to lose that attorney's badge of yours. And I'll bet you never expected to wind up here. Shady Smith was the name of the man you killed. Did you know who he really was? Who he was? Zach Gramery, you know, the defendant. I remember him, of course. But you say Smith was Zach? Impossible. Don't even try to tell me it was a coincidence. What did I just say? Life is full of surprises, don't you think? After that trial, you were arrested and found guilty, but your motive was never made clear, a mistake I planned to remedy. You're not an attorney anymore, Phoenix Wright. What possible conclusion do you think this investigation of yours can lead to? I killed a man named Smith with a bottle because I'm an evil human being. Isn't that enough? Not for me, it isn't. I need to know why you did it, Gavin. You recall that case 7 years ago? Ah yes, the trial where Zach Gramery pulled his famous vanishing act. My brother won his fair share of praise and adoration for that trial, as I recall. Genius prosecutor reveals crooked attorney, was it? That was when I met you, wasn't it? Was it now? The Bar Association Review Board voted unanimously for the strictest punishment. Unanimous, save for one dissenting opinion, yours. It was my brother who was responsible for putting you in that position, after all. For 7 years we've been friends, and yet I still don't understand you. But right, your friendship towards me was never pure. You suspected me then as you still do now, don't you? Honestly, right now, I'm not sure what I think. You didn't just brain a guy with a juice bottle for no reason. Tell me why you did it. Persistent, aren't you? I came here because I remembered something. The night of our game, Zach Gramery mentioned your name, Gavin. After that, he was killed, and I asked you to help me, because I remembered your kindness back when everyone had turned on me. I have to know. Why did you kill Shady Smith? No, Zach Gramery. Of course. Never seen like these. Huh. Full of despair. Can I even unlock these things? Something wrong, right? No, it's nothing. Shouldn't push yourself so hard. Life is to be taken easy, you know. He's doing his nails. Hold on. Flow's been bothering me since I came in here. It's not nice to peek out other people's mail. You get mail here in jail? That I do, though they read it first, apparently. Still, I am allowed the pleasure of correspondence. Packages and the like are a different matter, however. It's like sneaking a peek at it out of the question. You're thinking, what self-respecting man would use nail polish? Not really. I know appearances are a big thing with you. You know what I say. One cannot live a beautiful life without beautiful nails. First rate in all things, except nothing less. It certainly does look like first-rate nail polish. I like the sparkling bottle. It's crystal. If you're so drawn to it, please, have one. It's on me. Nice roses. Taking care of this one here? Ah yes, she's surprisingly delicate, you know. requires careful tending, but she's my best friend, as they say. Best? Come on, now I'm starting to feel bad for you. Oh? Of course. She's known to bite if handled roughly. Your Rose bites? I was speaking of the photo next to the Rose. My retriever, Mongol, cute but feisty. Every dog has its thorn. It's some chair. Just looking at it makes me want to take a seat. Probably have to add a whole digit to the price of one of my office chairs. And here, a comfortable chair is the most valuable thing in the world. You'd have to add 2 digits to the price of the standard prison issue chair for this. These prison chairs don't look so bad either. Maybe I should redecorate. It's strange, you know. Here I'm in solitary, and yet the books keep piling up. Looks like you've got more than books up there. Ah yes, my collection. I have a few friends in the prison staff. They show me a little kindness. Just a little? Okay, I think that's about everything. I need to remind you that I'm not a free man. I care little about the outside world, save advances in chair technology. I think we've got at least the first step for this one. Because if my guess is correct, they gave you the stamp. That's not why. If they listen to me, I think the problem that keeps her inside all the time. Don't go outside if you don't want to. That's what they told me. But when I absolutely have to go out, all I had to do was use a good luck charm that your client gave you. I think I know what your client might have given you, actually. This your good luck charm. So yeah, it all fits. She got this from somewhere. She had one of these, and we also happened to find one in a particular place. This was what they gave you, wasn't it? The same bottle's over there on your desk. Your good luck charm, right? Now, I'm wondering how he managed to take that 7 years back into how he managed to get that 7 years ago. That's interesting. Heard once, cosmetics were once thought to ward off evil. This is a magic bottle. It has the power. Of course it does. I'll just refrain from commenting any more on that one. I think I know who gave you that bottle, actually. The one who asked you to do this job. Is this the client? This man is a friend of mine. Know him? His name is Christoph Gavin. He's a lawyer, actually. I promised not to tell. I'm sorry, I can't talk about the client. I promised. If I break my promise, the spell won't work. I don't need a name anymore. I've got my answer. I'm pretty confident in this charm, then. I think they might be the devil. Huh? Or maybe an angel. What do you mean? I saw it, or I think I saw it, when they gave me this. I saw the devil's face. Are you saying the client's face looked like the devil's? No, the client was gentle, with a gentle smile. So where'd you see the devil then? It was so quick, I don't remember well. But that's when I knew that person wasn't like other people. That's why I believe in my good luck charm. I'm not sure what this devil she saw was, but it's pretty clear that Christoph Gavin has her charmed. Well, I think that's all. I'll be leaving now. I'm sorry for what happened. If you want to apologize, try my client, Zach Gramery. Did I do something bad? What makes you think that? Your eyes, they're sad, very sad. I'll put on my smile next time I come, promise. I hope to see you smile then too, Vera. Oh, okay. Take care. Thinking back on my first encounter with the young forger, I witnessed something of vital importance that day. Of course, by the time I realized it, it was already too late. I'm not sure which one I'm supposed to be doing next. I assume it's this one? Flying by the seat of my pants on this one, there must be a path leading from the evidence to the truth. And that's what I'm going to find. Ask someone to take a life, even one not long for this world. It's asking someone to commit murder. Yes, our mentor was fond of dramatic moves and dramatic finales. When he got his wish, his life was taken. What weakness could he be so powerful as to coerce someone into committing murder? My guess is it was a matter of life or death. Care to explain? Truth live in a world of showmanship, the flashier the better. The flashy so often means danger, doesn't it? Let's make this as painless as possible. Proof of this danger, then show it. I don't think I do, so it's not this one. Did you have a look at this thing from the future? If there's anything I can show him. Guess not. Yeah, okay, so it's not this one yet. It's gotta be this one then? Secret. To know more about this power of Drushy's. It's like she can see right into people's minds. First time I saw her do it, it blew mine. And after you were done having your mind blown, you took her to play cards with you. Or, gotta use the resources at hand, I always say. Yet, I myself have no such power. But Drusy does. Why is that? Maybe Drusy got her power from her mother, Lassa Gramery. I will not speak of that. Lhasa is officially missing, correct? And I think I know why you don't want to talk about her. This is quite a surprise. I never knew you played. I'd do anything else if I could, believe me. Oh yeah, there's something you could help me with. You think you could make that piano disappear? It'd help out in a lot of ways, really. You say the funniest things with the straightest face. People always tell me that, except I wasn't joking. This is grape juice? Is it refreshing? I usually drink too much and it ends up making me thirsty. Oh, Mr. Wright, there is something inside that bottle. Huh. It's my business card. You aren't surprised at all. Perhaps you don't like magic. I sure felt surprised. Maybe I had my poker face on. One of the restaurant tables. This one's the closest to the piano, which makes it the hardest to eat at, I hear. On days when I'm playing, that is. What do you think about the ukulele? The sound is slight, the annoyance curtailed. Ukulele in a Russian restaurant? Then you must go to a Hawaiian restaurant. Hawaiian shirts don't go with my complexion. I give up. So I think without learning more about her, I don't know what we're gonna do. I can't even use the Megatama on these. actually don't know what to do here. So I don't think there's anything I can show him. Pathing if the evidence the truth. That's why his life was taken. What weakness could be so powerful as to coerce someone into committing murder? A matter of life or death. Care to explain the truth from the showmanship and flashy soft means danger. Let's make this as painless as possible. If you have proof of this danger, maybe the gun? Why, that's one of ours. Especially designed for your show, I gather. Single bullet, one shot. What are you suggesting? We are magicians, Mr. Wright, not murderers. I'm not crying murder, Mr. Valland. I'm crying something far more tragic. An accident. Quick draw, shoot 'em. How long has it been since those shots were last heard? Is the shoot 'em canceled because someone might get hurt? Of course, what other reason could there be? Well, it could have been canceled because someone had already been hurt. Fascinating, my Faustian forging friend. Tell me, what can you prove with a single pistol? Don't tell me what would have happened if there had been an accident. What if one of your bullets took a life on stage? Performance of magic is not concerned with what-ifs. It's concerned with precision. Precisely whom do you claim we shot? Looks like I've chosen the right path. Let's just hope he walks it with me. Life was sacrificed so the show might go on, and this shows who it was. Yes? Does it excite you to know that you stand at a critical moment in your quest? Yeah, it does, sort of. Then you'd never make it on stage. You're not fit to be a magician. Give it up. Figuring out who that bullet hit. Life was sacrificed. The show might go on, and this shows who it was. Nope. So I'm guessing it was her, I just don't know how I have any proof of that. It wasn't him. But that's Zach Gregory's wife and Trucy's mother. Thalassa, I believe, was her name. But how can you say this? How can you say she was struck by one of our bullets? Still in denial mode, eh? Thalassa was at the greatest risk of being shot, and this clearly shows just how much danger she was in. I don't know that I have this one. Clearly shows just how much danger she was in. I mean, this sort of shows it because the bullet killed him. Theo, it appears your chosen profession is far more lenient than mine. What do you mean? For us magicians, a single misstep can be fatal. Her name affects him. Just a name isn't enough. I need to recreate that day in his mind, starting with where she stood. Greatest risk of being shot, and this clearly shows just how much danger she was in. Okay, so I think I need something actually from the scene then. Frank, it's true I do not wish to talk of her. And now, there's another I could care less about. You. Take care you do not end up missing yourself, damn it. Any more of this and something's going to give. Time to cool off a bit and rethink what I'm doing. Three of you were a team once. Ah, not the entire country doesn't already know this. At your peak, you were the biggest stars around. Yet, there's another story behind the fame, one that not many know. Lassa lost her life during a rehearsal to you and Valiant Grammary's bullets. It's an accident. It wasn't me. How could I shoot my dear Thalassa? I'm sure Valiant would say the same thing. Why, it's just like another murder I might mention. Damn you. Her eyes. I loved Thalassa's eyes. To think they could read my mind was frightening. But there was a warmth in them that felt like an embrace. She's dead and Magnifi Grammary has joined her. It's the only one with her power left now. It's Trucy. Mr. Zack. I do not know. I don't need any power to see through that one, buddy. There's someone else, someone other than Trucy. Someone who inherited Thalassa's power. Huh. How would I know? The chances are slim. It'd take a miracle to learn the truth. Or maybe one has already occurred. There is someone else with the power, and I know who. Interesting. This boy? His name is, I forget, something weird. Who could he be? An attorney. Attorney? I noticed him when I went to visit a friend's law offices. So, what are we to make of this, oh great ex-attorney? You can show me pictures of strange boys all you like, but you could at least say something like, I'm this boy, I could use a laugh. Perhaps you wouldn't laugh if you knew the facts. This might not be 100% proof, but it's close. There's a link between this boy and Thalassa. Actually, it's more of a ring. A ring? Perhaps this will refresh your memory. You so happen to have evidence showing this missing link. I don't think I currently have anything with Apollo, but regarding Apollo. I don't know where I would get that information. Hmm. Doesn't seem to be anything else to examine here. that's easy enough. Wasn't that? Oh, it was the locket. I tried the diary already. It didn't work. Hmm. I see. First very popular, so popular they even made a commemorative stamp at the height of your fame. I guess. I don't know if that really shows how much danger she was in. Merely the latest craze. We were an age, a golden age. It's all here on the stamp. There's the last of this. Trushi's mother is missing, I hear. What happened to her? I don't know. Part of his memory is still locked up. There's one thing you're failing to address. It's that, as you say, our troop is a world unto itself. If our leader was so inclined, he could hide anything he wished with ease. But, Mr. Wright, then he would have hit a crime, making him an accomplice. Not a great foundation for blackmail. Well, it's got a point. If one of the troop members died in an accident and Magnifi covered it up, his innocence would come into question. Right address, Mr. Wright? I'm so close. There has to be something. Floss's death could affect Zack and Fallon's relationship with Magnifi. See in your eyes, you still have something to say. You possibly prove more than you already have. Prove why Floss's accident tied your hands so completely. It's gotta be with a person. We don't have any evidence. Tied both your hands, and this information proves why Magnifi's held so much power over you. Nope. Yeah, I'm just kind of stumbling my way through this one. I still don't see really how this shows how much danger she was in, because it was like, I mean, the stamp isn't specific. Is the stamp specifically for the shooting portion? Maybe it was. Why her accident tied your hands so completely? Maybe because he was gonna die? Or maybe it's the transfer of rights. Nope, not that. Be something. I don't know what they're trying to go for. It feels like there's several different ways this could be approached, but none of them, I'm not sure any of them are the right ones. Nope. Yeah, sorry, I guess this is going to be kind of a rough stream, because I'm not... thought I would be making more progress than this. So I feel like I'm at the point where I'm just trying stuff. But this feels like the only thing I can do. Like, I can't go anywhere else or get any other information. Nope. I don't know what I need to put here. Am I barking up the wrong... Do I really need to do the other one first? But I don't have anything that ties... Like, the only thing I could think of that would have tied those two together was that... Because if you look at the... If you look at this photo... I mean, he always... Apollo always talks about the... You know, his bracelets are reacting. And this looks like she might be wearing the bracelets in this photo. At least that's what it looks like, but I don't know. I guess I can try the other one. Okay, I'm back. I'm forgetting. tried this and it didn't work. Even though it kind of should have. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe because she was his daughter? Who shot the boss? Us herself was the problem. Okay, what do you mean? She was Zach Grammer's wife, Trushi's mother, and his only daughter. It was a terrible accident, and the two of you killed your mentor's only daughter. That wasn't the key to Magnifi's powerful over you. I don't know what was. It was an accident. Okay. There's no proof, not at all. Lhasa went missing. Your mentor blackmailed both of his disciples. It doesn't take a genius to put one and one together. Ours was a complex family. True Grammary, the master, Magnifi, his only daughter, and his two disciples. It does sound like a recipe for disaster, doesn't it? I'd be tempted into faulty flights of fancy. Yes, there was an accident. That is all it was, an accident. To tour de force. The guns blaze, the bullets fly straight toward that beautiful body on stage. And then crash, zing, pow, into everything but her. Now that is magic. Happened one day when we were practicing. Same trick with a new twist. And tragedy. But as for whose bullet stole her life, we shall never know the answer. Lasse disappeared from our lives, and Zack was bereft of his wife. Trucy lost her mother, and Magnifi his daughter. And that led to blackmail, I think. Yeah, it was just a matter of not... Like, I knew all the pieces, I just didn't realize that putting it together was what was necessary to kick all of this off. It's all part and parcel of the darkness that comes when the curtain falls. Why did he try to cover up the accident? It was his own daughter who died. All I can say is it was a critical time for the truth, passing the torch from Magnifi to Zack and Valent. We all sacrificed that it might be a success. Lasse's death was the greatest sacrifice of all, yet, even when her life was extinguished, her presence was not. What do you mean? In time, we, myself and Zack, found we could no longer oppose Magnifi's wishes. He forced us to perform his art for his benefit. I see, I guess I can understand. I mean, he did lose his only daughter, but do you not find cowardice in his actions? Decide to hide the truth of your own daughter's death is one thing, but then to hang that death as a guillotine above our heads. Does Trucy know? She was not told, naturally. Who would want to know that their father might have taken their mother's life? I had not thought of that accident for a very long time. Sorry to dredge up old memories, but this has helped a lot. I'll have to find Magnifi's slayer, I should think. True. After that accident, there was one who came sniffing quite persistently. Reporter? Called himself a newsman at the time. Often I spied him lurking about the dressing room doing his research. I happen to remember his name. What was his name? Sorry, I've forgotten, but in the course of his interviewing, he became quite close to my partner, Zack. I liked him not. I see. His name... I do not recall, but his scent, the cloying aroma... Yeah, it's Spark. Just far too often. I see. Thanks for your help. There's no good to interfere with the past, Mr. Wright. It will not uncover answers, only wounds. There's a dark curtain hanging over Troop Grammary, and I began to realize what I had to do. I had to protect Trucy from that darkness. The reporter you mentioned, the newsman, I never learned who that was at the time. Though I've got a pretty good idea who it is now. That smile and the sickly sweet smell of mint. The last floss-thin thread connecting Zack Grammary to this world. Sooner or later, I'd have to track him down. So I guess that's where we're going next. Considering that looks like that wraps up everything in the past. Well, what do we have here? Remember me? Of course I remember you. Journalist meets ex-attorney in bar, end quote. Can I ask what you're doing here? Mr. Mission was poisoned, his daughter's... Oh yes, I know. Oh, how I know, yes. It's caused me no end of grief, to be honest. Journalist wishes he'd tracked down case just a little quicker, end quote. You on the trail of the case this whole time? Zack Grammary was a good friend. Zack said something to that effect back at the Borscht Bowl Club. What a character, what a man. A little, no, a lot, no, extremely rough around the edges. You think I could ask you a few questions? Oh, you serious? I mean, I'm usually the interviewer, not interviewee. Journalists ask questions, not the other way around, end quote. Fine, shoot, I don't care. People have been asking me all sorts of things lately. It's tragic what happened to Drew Misham and his daughter. Forgery is a serious crime, and they paid the price. You know what really did them in, though, don't you? Yes, a forged diary page. The night I interviewed him, I found out something about Mr. Misham I hadn't known. What's that? You know, he always felt like he was being watched. Every day for 7 years. Walls have ears, potatoes have eyes, end quote. Being watched? You mean he felt guilty? No, I'm not talking about feelings here. You know, I felt watched too. The whole time I've been on this case, no less. Journalist gets tingling sensation on back of neck, freaks out, end quote. Because you felt guilty? Why would I feel guilty? Felt like you were being watched, huh? Wonder what that at all means. Your mission felt like he's being watched, and you along with him. You sure it wasn't just nerves? Nerves? No, it's nothing so mundane. I stopped paying attention to my nerves a long time ago. But I felt it too. Journalist sure he's being watched, end quote. Don't you wonder why Zach Gramery got rubbed out after 7 years? Right after coming into contact with me? He completely vanishes from that courtroom. Then, for 7 years, he talks to no one, not a soul. Then, just as the remaining time was almost up, he contacts me in order to have this made. And then, he dies. Starting to put the pieces together, are we? And you were being watched this whole time. Maybe not just me, maybe you were too. Me? This guy's getting more and more nervous. Let's act through that case, actually. I mean, the shooting of Magnifi Gramery. No, before that. It's not widely known. You mean, the accident during the quick draw shoot-'em practice. My, you're well informed. Should have seen me back then and dug up quite the scoop. Wanted it all. Money, fame, women, a little puppy, all for me. I was younger then, and my days and nights smelled of fresher mint than they do now. Valiant Gramery did mention one particularly nosy reporter. In fact, I was on close speaking terms with Magnifi Gramery at the time. I knew his daughter, too, of course. Thalassa, was it? Really? Then Thalassa disappeared, quite suddenly at that. And Magnifi wouldn't say a word about it. Yeah, my evil habit got the better of me. Journalist catches scent of a scoop, goes on feeding frenzy, end quote. Set up a one-on-one interview with Thalassa's husband, see? Zach Gramery. Something strange was in the air over Troop Gramery in those days. Whole screwy mentor-controlling disciples scene started by then, I'm guessing. Thalassa, she was a part of it all, right? Come on, you can tell me, off the record. Sorry, I don't know. Anyway, I kept prying and eventually became friends with Zach. Sure, he punched me once or twice, or 5 times. But over time, he came to see me as his confidant. He's been waiting this whole time, 7 years, eh? Waiting? For his big comeback, of course. The big revival of the Magnifi Miracle. Of course it was all a dream. Because of this. The performance rights. In the absence of any official documents, he was golden. Who's to say the old man didn't give his rights to both Zach and Valiant? So Valiant waited until Zach died, legally at least. Time finally comes, and Valiant's like a kid on Christmas morning. He's getting ready for his show at the Sunshine Coliseum, you know. If that document sees the legal light of day, it's going to put a bit of a damper on the big show. He's a sorry one, that Valiant Gramery. Lost out to his partner at work, and in love, too. Love? It's the same old story, really. 2 disciples and their mentor's only daughter. What has 3 sides and all of them pointy, a love triangle. That is pretty classic. When you're in a performing troupe, that's your world. It's like family. One with an entire high school's worth of drama, intrigue, and backstabbing. And in the middle of it all this, Thalassa has Trucy. And then she dies. Need to find out more about this Thalassa. Drew's works, of course, which is to say Vera's works, really. Or to be more precise, Vera's forgeries of someone else's works. Of course, if you demand utter total precision... Actually, there's nothing more. I was about to say. our 7-year reunion would be quite like this. Wait, you knew Mr. Misham? Met him once, in court. It was a brief meeting, but one I'll remember for the rest of my life. Now that's a story right there, that is. Smell a scoop. Ex-attorney now down on his luck pianist plays Sonata of Sorrow, end quote. I'm all ears, let's have it, don't hold anything back. Could you at least get rid of the down on his luck part? Makes more sense when they were making forgeries. I guess that's why they never took visitors here. From what people seeing all this. Yes, in fact, I was the first human being ever to set foot inside this studio. Rather than Mr. Misham, of course. Oh, and Vera, too. And this is assuming that I'm human, of course. I'm beginning to have my doubts. Yeah, considering his eyes appear to be attached to his glasses and not his face. Just the right size for a commemorative stamp, indeed. A stamp put there by a daughter that killed her father. Sometimes life just sucks. Very young Vera. They're smiling, they look happy. Of course, now Mr. Misham's passed away, and Vera's on death's doorstep in the hospital. Guess I'll just do what I can and hope it's enough.
Objection!
I just have to do that when I see this pose. I can't believe it's been 7 years. I have to stop torturing myself with these things. I know, I'll just pretend it's saying something else. The post office? Why, it's right over there. Good day, sir. Envelopes from the client who requested that forgery. Just think, if that had gotten lost in the mail, I'd still be wearing my attorney's badge. Alright. Well, this is a blast from the distant past. Long time no see, Mr. Valen. 7 years, has it been? Frankly, I didn't think I'd ever see you again. Actually, I came because there's something I want to ask you. Spoken to the press, I have nothing more to say. Spoken to a lot of people myself and come to some conclusions. Then I realized I needed to hear it from you. I've walked a difficult road these past 7 years, because you couldn't perform Magnifi's repertoire. Not be deceived, Valen's skill is the real deal. I do not require my mentor's hand-me-downs. No, it was my partner who slowed me on my way. Zach Gramarye. His rather well-performed disappearing act 7 years ago was the end. Or so I thought. Zach Gramarye murdered our mentor and fled to escape punishment for his crime. You said something to that effect 7 years ago, didn't you? Remember it as if it were only yesterday. Yet that was not the way of it in the end. For while he vanished, the suspicions upon my own person never did. His partner Zach vanished to protect him. That's what those thieving magpies of a press said. I had no idea. Yet that very same press comes to me now, feigning interest. They cover the greatest magic show in history as if it were a vaudevillian distraction. And here must I stand, smiling at them all. What am I, if not a player in some fiendish farce? But I suggest it's because you never made it clear what happened. Magnifi's death is still a mystery to this day. Which is why I came here to get the answer from you. I knew I'd be seeing these sooner or later. The audience has no business stepping upon the stage. They must be content to sit and stare at the spotlight. It sounds an awful lot like something I heard 7 years ago. It's what you will, you'll get nothing from me. I'm as much a part of this affair as you are now. I have to know what happened. For 7 long years I have endured. Now, finally, the curtain lifts on my new golden age. All the miracles of our troupe within my grasp. Sorry to do this, Valen. But right now I need answers. I think I'll start by dropping a bomb. That should shake things up. Valent, I wouldn't be so sure about those miracles. Not as long as I have this. Alright. And what might that be? I see it bears the Grammary seal. Should have brought this to your attention sooner, but I didn't imagine you'd be planning your comeback quite so fast. What is this? A document showing the true recipient of the performance rights to Magnifi's miracles. What? Zach Grammary, he wrote this? What? He passed everything to his daughter? Trucy Enigmar. Actually, she's officially my daughter these days. Preposterous. Zach is gone, vanished into the void. This is the genuine article. Zach was alive when he wrote this. Both myself and the notary can testify to this. Same trick. Why does fate toy with me so? Why must my life be lived in thrall to the dead? You're not the only one with that problem. But he shot Magnifi. Yes, it was Zach. It was. And then he left, and my career as a magician fell into darkness. Do you think there might be some way out of it? Say, if you could prove Zach Grammary shot Magnifi? Is that why you testified? Yes, my way out. It should have been my way out. Well, it might not be too late, Mr. Valent. All you need is a way to prove your case. Who really killed Magnifi Grammary? Back. Question. Magnifi? No. The only question that this evidence can answer is, who here is an idiot? The answer is you, Mr. Wright. Damn it. There's one easy way to win over public opinion, by producing a signed confession, even if the confession is a fake. What? Might not be too late, Mr. Fowler. All you need is a way to prove your case. You really killed Meg and Grammary. Know what they're getting at here. Choosing a signed confession even if the confession is a fake. No idea. Maybe I need something else? Maybe there's something else I'm supposed to ask Drew? Do you know this person? Ah, here we go. Do I know that person? Of course. I was friends with Zach after all. He hit me a few times. 5 times, actually. But still, I never forget his wife. Lassa Grammary. Magnifique Grammary's only daughter. You think you could tell me more about her? Well, why the heck not? Okay, so this is what I needed. So, Thalassa married Zach and had Trucy, see? It's her second marriage, actually. You mean she was divorced? I've heard this one before. Not quite. Her late husband was a performer, too. Apparently he died during some gig. Tragic, really. They had only been married 1 year. I didn't know. Ah, but she was a beauty. Still carry a portrait photo of her around, you know. Ah, there it is. Now it's a cleaner shot. She's a little... I've known Trucy since she was a little thing, too. She got the better deal, really. She's got you for family, after all. What do you mean? Just reminiscing, you know. Lassa has another child besides Trucy, end quote. What? But Trucy said she was only a child. Ah, yes, this one she had with her previous husband. Previous husband? Her first husband who died during a performance? Yep. Had themselves a kid. Another orphan now. That's another one who slipped through the cracks. No idea where they are now. I think I have an idea. You can borrow that photo? Sure. I can be generous on occasion, you know. I won't need this locket anymore. Better return it to Trucy before I forget. I was gonna say, events all get tangled together and get bigger and bigger, don't you think? I was too busy wondering about bigger to listen to what you were saying. Sometimes you just gotta accept that you won't be able to untangle it all, I think. Maybe so, but still, I have to do what I can, and I have to tell what I find to those who come next. Next, you say? I'm not the one who will close the curtain on this little play. Apparently that's not my role anymore. Magnify. I was just wondering what Magnify would think of all this. What do you mean? Haven't you seen it in Trilogy? She's got his power. You mean how I can't lie to Trilogy? It's the same with Magnify, and with his daughter, Thalassa. It's a strange thing. You think it's some gene? Magnify told me once back when Zack married her. He said Zack had good eyes. But not good like your Grammary's eyes. Not that good. I wonder if Zack ever played a game of poker with his wife. Who knows what the Grammarly secret was? Maybe nobody, now that Zack's gone. The plot had finally begun to reveal itself. It sprouted from a warp in the Grammarly fabric and grew, swallowing everything, wrapping itself around their power. Which passed from Magnify to Thalassa to the next generation. And once I would once again need to meet the one who bridged it all together. Yeah, you know, just gotta travel back to the past with this additional information. I'm still not quite sure how this is supposed to work. But at least now I can do this. I'm pretty sure. So we've seen this part. I just so happen to have this evidence that I got after you had already died, and I've brought back to the past to show you. You know, normal procedure of events. There's something. Your marriage to Thalassa was her second. How did you know this? Her first husband, he died a year after they were wed, yes? He was a performer. They met when he joined us Grammarys as a guest in our show. After Thalassa wed him, she left the troupe for a while. And you say she had a child then? I have a photograph of her here. Couldn't help but notice what she was wearing when I first saw this. Those bracelets stand out. They are a family heirloom. This boy wears a bracelet just like the ones in the picture. What? So, that's why. Why what, Mr. Zack? I took this photograph of Thalassa before she left us. When she returned, she wore only one bracelet. And then I know where that other one went. She gave it to this boy, her son. Strange power. I myself do not know from where it comes, yet the fact is that it is passed down the line. It runs in their veins. What is it? I asked her once. This is what she told me. Power responds to tension in others. Tension? She would face a person and they became tense, even slightly. And she would know, no matter how hard they tried to hide it from her. So she could see it. Not quite. This is the strangest part of it all. She wouldn't realize that she was subconsciously detecting this tension without the use of a particular object, or in her case, objects. Wait, were they something she wore? Yes, her bracelets. I admit the first time I saw one of those, I felt there was more to it than just fashion. What kind of power could a bracelet have? I've made a decision. I will tell you all I know. Consider it a gift. Oh boy. Well, I hardly need you to tell me at this point, but those two are brother and sister, yes. And the brother, too, has this power of theirs. So Trilogy has an older brother. I wonder what will become of that. Mr. Wright, tonight, after our game is done, I will return to a life of hiding. I would not see her live her life without knowing. I understand. I'll tell the two of them when the time is right. I am in your debt, once again. No kidding. What I want to know is how all this got to be so messed up. Those bracelets are made of a special alloy. It's said to expand and shrink very slightly in response to body warmth. So they're temperature sensitive or something. Yes, this is how they can shrink to the exact size of their wearer's wrist. Sure. And this has something to do with the power? What have I told you? The power reacts to tension in others. When Gramarye senses tension, they too become tense. And this tension translates into minute contractions in the muscles. So minute, they cannot sense it on their own. Their muscles? Oh, so that's what the bracelets are for. With a bracelet on, one can sense these contractions, because the bracelet is always a perfect fit. So when the person they're watching gets tense, the bracelet feels tighter on their wrist. Precisely. That alone doesn't really count as mind reading. I believe I understand how the process works from there. It's a simple question of eyesight. Eyesight? I guess that sounds simple enough. You ever heard of kinetic vision? Something about the ability to see moving objects with full clarity, right? I've heard of it before. They say athletes can see a moving ball like it was stopped if they focus. Oh, but it's not confined to sports alone. Power lies in the ability to focus. When we focus, we can see many things. The faintest twitch of the face, and the meaning that lies behind it. Therein lies one of the secrets of magic. One must know the mind of a crowd before one may distract it. So basically, what you're saying is, Gramarys can see really well. For them, seeing is more than believing, it is knowing. Their power relies on eyesight combined with exceptional focus. Things are starting to come into focus for me, too. Of course, it is difficult to maintain such levels of focus for any length of time. But what if someone could tell you when to focus? Or something. Precisely. But wait, Trilogy doesn't have any bracelets. You're talking about poker, yes? The timing of when to focus is so elementary, she probably does it without thinking. I doubt Trilogy herself has realized this. That is all I know of things. Thank you, Mr. Zack. If this boy's bracelet is the real thing, then he will use it before long, thereby awakening his power. I'll keep that in mind. Well, shall we play a game? I've said so much. Let me say one more thing. I will tell you of that night. That night? The night my mentor passed from this world to the next. There were 2 pistols and 2 letters sent. This was Magnifi's test. A test? In his last years, he worked us to the bone, no, to the pain. But that night I could not shoot him, so I shot the clown's forehead instead. This, it seems, was the correct answer. Take this. I give my art to you, Zack. What? Yes, thanks for playing along with my show. You shot well tonight, Zack, though I would not have minded dying by your hand. How could I shoot you? You're my mentor. Bah! I thought you might say that. If I went home without shooting anything, what would you have done then? Then, of course, I would have given Valant his chance. And if I had shot you in the forehead instead, then it would be over. If you or Valant were to shoot me in the head, then I to the darkness would go, and my art with me. fitting end, don't you think? Ah, yet this ending too gives me no cause for regret. I thank you, Zack. And I am sorry. I've done much that was wrong in my day. It seems to me that Magnifi wanted you to be his successor all along. That's why the time he gave you was earlier than Valent's. Perhaps, but it is not something we will ever know for sure now. I wonder, what is Valent up to these days? Waiting for you to die. If 7 years pass like this, the performance rights go to him. Ah, and now here I am, and his dream is ended. It's worse than that, actually. Public opinion's a fickle thing, you know? What? You don't mean to tell me they put the blame on our mentor's death on him? The trial ended when you vanished, Mr. Zack. There were even rumors that Valent had helped you pull it off. But that's madness. Well, it seems that before I can once again disappear from this world, I have one more act to perform. Isn't it odd that sorting out my life should prove so complicated, even though I'm dead? That night, Zack was killed. He died as Shady Smith, a mysterious traveler with a secret past. But he left one thing behind before he parted. This. His confession to use as I saw fit. Of course, he'd killed no one. This was his way of tying up loose ends with his old partner. Should have brought this to your attention sooner. Yeah. My way out. Well, it might not be too late. All you need is a way to prove your case. I believe I have the answer to your prayers right here. Zack wrote one more thing before passing on. But this is a confession, in which he admits to the killing of Magnifi Gramarye. See? All according to your plan. I am a magician by trade. Deception is my life's work. I fool the audience, give them a fleeting dream. Yet it seems the tables have turned. Now I am the audience, believing in the deceptions I have wrought upon myself. Zack wrote this right in front of me, after I explained your situation to him. Okay. Hey, back to full health. You do know that this confession is nothing but lies. Yes, it's my opinion that Zack Gramarye killed no one. And you must be thinking the truth is a simple matter of elimination. Two received instructions to kill, but if one is innocent, then the one who remains is guilty. That would be the logical conclusion, yes? So he vanished to protect me, his partner. A stirring tale, 'tis true. Did you shoot him in the forehead? If I had, and I told you, what would you do? Run to the police, perchance? Do as you will. There is nothing left for me now. It is true, after all. I have little talent. I needed my mentor Magnifi's repertoire. It was as if a little demon grabbed hold of me. I knew it. So Valent did kill the great Magnifi. So sorry, Mr. Wright. But it was not I who shot my mentor. What? If it wasn't you, then who was it? There wasn't another disciple, was there? Another disciple, such as, I don't know, knack and talent grammary, maybe? Your wild fancies couldn't be further from the truth. Only Zack and Valent received those threatening letters. But there was another. One more person could have fired that pistol that night. I don't suppose you figured it out by now. It wasn't Zack or Valent who shot him. And it had to be the only other person at the scene, which means... Wait, you don't mean... Yes, the great Magnifi Gramarye himself. So he committed suicide. You find it hard to believe? To be honest, I hadn't even imagined it as a possibility. When I arrived that night, the old man was still alive. He appeared to be asleep. I could not shoot him. When I turned and made to leave the room, the old man called out to me. So you spoke with Magnifi Gramarye? Yes, and this is why I knew what he had done. Magnifi transferred the rights to his repertoire to my partner, Zack, not me. I see. Then I guess I owe you an apology. I always thought you were the one who did it. You owe me no apology, huh? My crime was, in a way, more serious than that of murder. What? Your crime? Is Valent Gramarye confessing something to me? What could be more serious than murder? You see, I knew that 2 letters had been sent. There are no secrets between partners. It was easy to find out. That was when I understood Magnifi's plan. He wanted to die by one of your hands. Little did I expect it had anything to do with the rights to his repertoire. That was when I heard it. The little demon whispering inside my heart. Demon. Let me confess, I had intended to shoot Magnifi, and I planned on framing my partner for the crime. That night, I prepared something before going to Magnifi's hospital room, which was IV fluid, of course. I'd seen it on an earlier visit. Zack did not shoot, I would do the deed. Then, I would use the IV liquid to place the murder on his hands. That was my plan, but you didn't shoot him. I could not. The demon in my heart fled when the moment came, but then Magnifi called me back. I'm sorry, Valent. I am giving my magic to Zack, not you. You still lack the draw he has. Please help him if you can. I left the room, and then I stopped. The shock of what I had just been told consumed me. That is when I heard that fateful gunshot. Killing himself. Then the demon woke anew within me. Zack killed him, he was the one. Frame him, and the magic will be yours. I altered the scene of his suicide. I took the pistol from his hand, wiped off the prints, and then I used the syringe to add the IV liquid I brought. So in the end, things happened pretty much as planned. He died, and you framed Zack for his murder. As planned, indeed. Of course, the outcome was somewhat different than I had anticipated. Well, what do you think? Do you believe my story? Can it be believed, truly? That was 7 years ago. I don't know what to believe, but... Yes? I'm glad I heard it from you, Mr. Valent. Thank you. It is I who should be thanking you, Mr. Wright. Only when I had lost everything could I make my decision. You're going to turn yourself in? My partner may have vanished, but not so my guilt. As my guilt stays, all else begins to leave me. My friends, my performance rights, my magic. I've had enough of vanishing acts. I understand. I thought my life was ruled by a dead man. But I find I was wrong. For Zack was alive. Well, not anymore. And now it occurs to me, what if he was not the only one who survived? What do you mean? You see, now that I think about it, I realize that we never saw proof of her demise. We never saw her body. Her? The mind races and the mouth flaps on. My apologies. Forget this matter. I can only hope the day will come when I again meet my partner. Then I shall apologize for my terrible mistake. I'm glad we had this chance to talk. Thank you. Whichever name you prefer, he is no longer with us. The truth revealed in that trial was only a sliver. And the impenetrable darkness that remained has taken another life. I knew what I'd have to do to push back the darkness for good, and it would involve paying that man a visit. Alright, well, there's one left, and I think we're going to save that one for next time, because I do need to call it. It is getting super late. But call it here, and I don't know when the next stream will happen. Might be tomorrow night, but we'll see. Might be Monday. Hopefully it'll be one of those 2 days. But either way, I hope you've enjoyed it, and you know, things are definitely getting interesting. We've been able to wrap up a few loose ends at least. I think we've still got a few more to go though, so we'll see how the rest of it plays out next time. Have a good evening.